What's up, future docs? I'm Cody. I'm a fourth year medical student. Welcome back to my channel. Now, I know I took sort of a hiatus for the last month or so. I was actually studying for my USMLE Step 2 exam. So for those of you who don't know, the Step 2 CK is an exam that you take during your third or fourth year of medical school, and it kind of accumulates and covers the clinical knowledge that you learned during your third and fourth year clerkships. So things like internal medicine, surgery, pediatrics, OB-GYN, and psychiatry all were on the test. So today I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about my experience with the test and how I felt about it and how I did on the exam. So let me just break it down for you guys. I was so excited to be done with this exam. You don't know. Basically, you start studying from the moment you start your third year up until the point that you take the exam. So some advice that I would give you guys, really try to crush your clinical clerkship, study the material, get the good foundation in. That way, when it's time to, really dedicate yourself to studying for the actual exam, you really have a good concept and a good foundation of the clinical knowledge that you need to do exceptionally well on the test. So for me, I ended up getting a really competitive score above the national average, and I'm happy about that. And I don't really have a basic breakdown or a full comprehensive schedule to give you guys. I'll just give you guys just some pointers and some advice that you can incorporate into your studies so that you can do exceptionally well as well. So like I mentioned before, really grind on those third year clerkships. Make sure you have that foundational knowledge down and try to honor your shelf exams. I guess there's this kind of positive correlation between students, how they do on their actual clerkship shelves and how they end up doing on the Step 2 CK. So make sure you get that down. Also, I highly recommend Step Up to Medicine. I'll be putting a link in the description for this book. I use this particularly with internal medicine. This was the only book that I used, and I ended up honoring that shelf as well. But then I also referenced this during my dedicated study time. So this is a great book to use. I really didn't find the first aid book helpful like it was for Step 1. It just wasn't for me. It just didn't cover the things that I wanted to. I mean, I did use it for my psychiatry and OB-GYN clerkships, but as far as, dedicated for Step 2, didn't use it. So some other resources that I highly recommend, online MedEd. I really use that during my clerkships. It helps with everything. During my dedicated time, which I gave myself 3 weeks, I used it a bit. I kind of supplemented. I didn't really I had it in my schedule that I would watch a certain amount of videos every day, but to be honest, I really just supplemented. So with different subjects that I thought I needed a little bit more work on, I supplement with that video. But it was really helpful. Also, if you like videos, there's this guy. His name is Dr. High Yield. He's on YouTube. He did well on his exam as well, so I just watched him for like quick reviews. They're like hour-long videos. I'll put it on 2x speed and just keep all the high yield material in my head as I was going through my UWorld questions. And speaking of UWorld, let me tell you, bro. UWorld. Basically, UWorld, like if you don't use anything else, use UWorld. And that was kind of like the same thing for Step 1, but definitely for Step 2, man. Like, honestly, there's like 3,500 questions or whatever. I ended up going through the question bank 2.5 times. So I did it once during my clerkships during third year. And then I did it once again during my dedicated time. And I had time to go over the wrong answers that I had. So UWorld, man, I would definitely suggest, trying to get through that at least twice. Once during your clerkships and then once during dedicated time. I don't know, it's just like the golden ticket to doing successful and doing well on the Step 2 exam. So UWorld, don't forget that. So as far as the Step 2 exam itself, I really feel like this was way better than step one. Like, as far as reasoning out different answers, you can really get that done on step two, because it's clinical knowledge. So you can use your clinical suspicion to base your answer choices on whatever the STEM is indicating. I think what really helped me during my studying is really understanding the pathophysiology of whatever it is that you're studying. So they don't really test it directly on the STEP exam, but they test it indirectly, and that allows you to really understand what's going on and really choose your next best step, your whatever imaging you want to do, the diagnosis. So really focus on the pathophysiology while you're studying, and I'm telling you, it's going to get you a lot of points when you're taking that actual exam. Now, as far as the length of the exam, man, that thing, it's a beast. Like, it's really tiring. It's 8 blocks. And so I think step one was 7 blocks, but it's 8 blocks of 40 questions. And I'm telling you, man, for like 6, 7, and 8, those blocks, I was just dying. I was like, man, how am I gonna get through this? But I got through it. Remember, take all your breaks, use them all, bring you some good snacks, not nothing with a lot of high carbs and stuff that you're gonna use and end up crashing from, sugar or whatever. Get you some, like a nice protein bar, some nuts, almonds, walnuts, pecans, whatever you want. Make sure you bring plenty of water. Use the restroom, and yeah, that's pretty much all you can really do. Just keep in mind that you're there for a reason. It's the only time you're gonna be able to take this exam. You want to crush it. Keep that in the back of your mind, and that'll get you through it for sure. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this vlog. I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the exam. Now that I have a little bit of free time, I'm actually studying and really preparing for my away emergency medicine rotation, which is going to happen next month. Just kind of getting the basics down and getting some clinical skills down. But I plan to vlog a lot more now that I have this time and I'm done with step 2 CK. Lord, y'all just don't know how good that feels to me. But yeah, I'll be getting back to the vlogging. Got a lot of topics to cover. So yeah. Also, I'm repping the new UCanMD shirts. If you guys like this shirt, you can purchase it at ucanmd.com. I'll be grateful for your purchase. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, any comments, or any content that you want uploaded, make sure you drop it down below in the comment box, and I'll be sure to get back to you.